Hello friends, how are you doing today? As I look back at our church, lots of memories come to mind. What are some of the memories that you have? I remember when I first drove in for the first time with my wife. I wasn't a pastor, and we were just coming to a new church to worship. And Pastor Glenn came out and met us in the parking lot. And my wife was like, I know that guy. He was my pastor in high school. How awesome is that the memories of not only God connecting my wife and Pastor Glenn at high school, but then later on in life, and then now the memories have grown here for us. What memories do you have? Maybe you met a loved one here. Maybe you got married here. Maybe this is where you grew up. Maybe you remember building the church. Sadly, maybe you remember when the church burnt down, but then was rebuilt again. I remember one of my sermons where I brought these large bags to church. Suitcases, bags. And I called them baggage. And yet we call our baggage, we carry around our burdens, luggage. Now I was using that as my illustration, going back and forth, how we carry our baggage with us and it has wheels on it and it rolls. And during the sermon, little Kean comes up, walks up onto the platform. And I had a little baggage. And he grabbed that and he was walking around the platform with it as I was preaching. What an amazing memory. I've also buried a lot of loved ones here, a lot of memorials, a lot of amazing memories. Even though this building may be empty, we still have the memories, the gifts, the times we've worshiped together collectively. Just because we're not worshiping together collectively here doesn't mean we can't worship collectively even online like we're doing now. Well, Pastor, it's not the same. Well, maybe it's not, but Jesus preached from a boat, right? Remember when Jesus preached from a boat? One of my favorite illustrations my wife doesn't like. Well, first of all, my wife doesn't like to be up front. I mean, really, who does? I mean, no one really likes to be up front and have people staring at you. But I remember I got her to go up front and do an announcement, and she did a fabulous job. And after the announcement, I said, sweetie, you did a great job, but you held the mic down here instead of up where your mouth so not everybody could hear. And she's like, shh, you should just be glad I got up front. What memories do you have? Do you remember the baby dedications we've had in there? Oh man, the baptisms. Oh, I love baptisms. The different Pathfinder events, PBE, the Messiah, place packed with some amazing music to God. What memories do you have when you think of the Chehalis Seventh-day Adventist Church? What memories did you create in worshiping God in this beautiful building? It doesn't have to stop. Just because today, because of the COVID-19, we can't worship together, we still can. We can worship together at houses, in nature. Yeah, it may not be the same, but you still have those memories. What memories do you have? Let's take a little walk. The Bible says that we should meet collectively together. Why? To stir up love and to serve others. I've heard stories recently how members have taken food to other members and families in our community. I've heard how we've helped each other, gassing cars, going to a house, working in their yard, mowing lawns, taking groceries, in service to God and stirring up love. That's part of worshiping God. Jesus said he came to serve and not be served. And if Jesus is serving, that's what we have the blessing to do. Serve others with love, to stir it up. I remember one of my favorite illustrations with my wife was she loves to shop. She loves to shop. For me, I want to be out in God's nature. I want to go hiking, climbing up in the mountains, snowboarding. And she loves to shop. And I love my wife. So if I love my wife, then I love to shop too, right? So I remember one time we were shopping, and I was sharing this illustration in church. And she looks over at me. And I'm holding her purse. You know, I look like that husband holding the purse. And I'm like, miserable. And she looks over and she smiles. And she says, "Rejoice always." I'm thinking, great. I love it when people quote Bible verses, but not at my expense. She continues shopping, going to different clothes racks, trying on different clothes. And, you know, when they buy it, you take it home, it never looks the same as it does in the store. And then we end up going back to the store anyways. 10 or 15 minutes later, I'm standing over to the side and she looks at me and she goes, "Be thankful in all things." I'm like, oh, really? Holding the purse for a half hour to an hour into this shopping, I'm ready to go home. Brothers and sisters, are you ready to go home? God's coming again very soon. Are you ready to go home? A little bit later, I'm still there in the corner, probably sitting down at this time, holding her purse, probably with another guy sitting next to me, as our wives are trying on clothes. She comes out and she goes, "What's wrong with you? What are you doing?" I said, "I'm praying without ceasing." Brothers and sisters, worshiping. I miss worshiping collectively in church together. Whether we're in nature, whether we're at someone's house, at a park, time with God, encouraging each other, picking up the phone and telling someone that you love them, writing a letter in the mail, sharing your concerns, stirring up that love. So today, I miss you very much. I can't wait till we get to worship collectively together in church. But until then, may we enjoy God's nature and take part of stirring up that love in each other, serving others, and remembering the bountiful blessings that God has bestowed upon us here in Chehalis. All those amazing memories, may they not stop, may they continue. May we share these same memories someday. Do you remember back in 2020 when the COVID-19? Do you remember those times? So let's not stop worshiping. Let's come together. Let's encourage each other, for that great day is approaching.